Hey guys, I'm going to do another review on 3 knives actually, but I'm going to be focusing more on 2 knives that are very much alike and also very popular. As you can see, this is probably, you'll recognize this is the Byrd Meadowlark, and this is the Kershaw Leek, and I've got also a Delica, my PSK, which is right here. I actually mainly want to focus on these 2 knives right here, except if you look at these, they're pretty much very similar in terms of blade length and overall length. I'll do a separate review on this one later. And that was just to show that these are very similar. Anyways, focus on these 2 knives. This is the Spyderco Delica with stainless steel handles, and this is the Byrd Meadowlark with stainless steel handles. Both are pretty good knives for the money. This is obviously the cheaper version. It's the overseas version that are they're made in China, as you should be able to see the China there. It's a little small. It's right there. Yep. And, very good knife for the money. The steel is the Chinese 8CR13 MOV, which is comparable to 440A, 440B, 440 series. And overall, it has held its edge pretty well. As you can see, I've beaten the living crap out of it, as it's another one of my user knives. Sanded it down because the handles scratch up way too much, so I wanted to smooth it out, make it more uniform, but it wasn't very helpful. As you can see, it's still just scratched up. And a baton with it, you can see that's recessed a bit. The lock right here, it's recessed because batoning on it and all that. Still a good knife for the money. Yeah, there's a little blade play up and down, mainly from abuse, but other than that, it's still a pretty good knife. I like it a lot. Personally, I like the thumb opening better than the Spyderco hold because it's easier to do the Spidey drop. And if you don't know what the Spidey drop is, it's basically grabbing that and doing that. It's actually based on the axial lock by a Lone Wolf. I unfortunately don't have one of those knives to show you, but the axial lock has a lock based on the pivot. And basically what happens is that you push down the pivot joint, and that will unlock the knife, and you throw it down, and the handle itself moves down, whereas the blade will stay in position. And because of that, it locks. And I'm not sure exactly how the axial lock works, but it does. And it's not focused on the tang of the blade like most lockbacks and frame locks, where the locking mechanism behind is to stopping the blade from closing because of the tang. It's based on the pivot area itself. So it's fairly interesting. I don't have one to show you, unfortunately, and I actually their knives are weird. Just personal taste wise, I don't really like them that much. They have some nice handle materials and all, like carbon fiber and stag, but not my style really. Anyways, moving on to the Spyderco Delica 4. You can see this is also a stainless handle version, pretty much a matching set. This is not made in China, it's made in Seiki City, Japan, as you can see the big logo there, and it's the usual VG10 steel. And I actually haven't used this too much because I'm keeping it in my PSK. And it's always good to have a sharp knife, especially if something bad does happen, but they're fairly cheap knives for the money. This one, it's about, I don't know, we can get like 50, 80 bucks online. So it's okay to just leave it there. Probably everybody has used VG10, so it's pretty good stuff. I've used this just slightly, not too much, but they came really sharp, and I liked it. Oh, mention about sharpness. Both these knives came really, really sharp. They were popping hairs like crazy. They weren't hair-willing sharp, but they were popping hairs like crazy, so that was nice. And they were also zipping through paper, newsprint, all that stuff. So both these knives come exceptionally sharp. Thumb hole opening. It's a little bit weirder with this one. It's not. I think it's because there's actually bronze washers in these, and the lock itself has tighter tolerances as this one. When I first got and started using it, and started flicking it open, you would get side-to-side blade play, and I think partially one reason because there's actually no washers. I'm not sure if you can see on that side there, but there aren't any. And it's somewhat easier to do it with this one, the Spidey drop, than it is to do it with this one. But they're good. No blade play on this one, fortunately, which is good. Keeping this little pouch sheath that slips right into here. And then this will go on my PSK. But we're not done comparing. And I do need to show you that. Take a good look at these and just see their similarities and differences. They're virtually the exact same length, exact same amount of blade, just that the handles are slightly different. And the immediate notice is that this area right here is designed differently. There are these 3 little cutouts here, and also this isn't swappable for both sides. It's only swappable one side. Also know that this finger control area is actually usable. It's rounded so you can actually choke up on it, whereas this one, it's kind of a square, so it's not that, or it's angular, so it kind of does work, but it's not so comfortable, and it's not so natural for a person to choke up with a angular looking choil. Still obviously a very good knife. You can see the backside. Pocket clips are vastly different. This is the more, I guess, traditional style pocket clip that you usually see on the Benchmades and the Emersons, and it's kind of like your standard clip. Stainless steel, obviously. And the Spyderco one's a little bit different, as you'll obviously know from from this video and many other videos. Anyways, both are very great knives for the money. This one is obviously half the price of this one, but still like a very good bargain considering how much I've actually used it, and it's still a very good knife to use, and I like it a lot. The Spyderco, I can't really vouch for how good it is because I haven't used it too much, but considering how well this thing performed, I can guess that this will only perform better, and hopefully it will serve me well. Let's see if I can get it back in this PSK of mine. There's a paracord right there. It's the cleansing swab. There you go. I think that should be pretty good. Yep, there we go. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Tune back in for some more knife reviews.